Welcome back to my YouTube channel. What I have for you today is a follow-up to a couple of prior videos. Issue I need to follow up on is the 1911 sights, which I showed the MGW sight pusher in action. Still shoots a little bit left, so I will do that as I talk. No magazine, empty chamber. I can feel that the chamber is empty. I can see that the chamber is empty, so I can proceed to handle the weapon, still maintaining appropriate muzzle discipline, of course. But what we've got is a slightly less left than before group, but left nonetheless. So what I want to do is move the sights to the right. So mechanically, what do we want to do? I just kind of showed you how this worked last time, but I'm actually going to adjust them a little bit this time, or a little bit more. So in order to move the point of impact, you kind of have to do a little space relation. So if this is your rear sight, I want to move the rounds to the right. So if I move the rear sight to the right, that is going to cause me to turn to the right, and it'll move my impact to the right. So move the rear sight in the direction you want the projectiles to hit. So once again, we feed this onto the shoe. We line it up so that the rear sight is within the thickness of that moving tool head. Tighten it down finger tight. It's still wet from last time, but I might as well. It says oil before every use. So let's hit it with a little CLP. Never anything but CLP, unless it's a Garand or something that needs grease. So what we need to do now, ensure that it's secure. So I want to move this to the right. So you can see as I turn this, the shoe or the tool head is moving. It's almost touching. Now it's touching the left side of the rear sight, and I'm going to push it to the right. Now on this handgun, there is an index that I unfortunately moved it back within the shoe so much I can't see it anymore. There it is. Okay. I just want to move it a touch, so I want to be able to see what I'm doing. So if you look right in there, there is a notch on the rear sight and there's a notch on the slide. That's mechanical 0. And I just want to turn it just a touch past that. Doesn't take much. You can feel it start to get harder to turn. And I'm sure this is riveting, but there we go. Now it's about the thickness of the index mark to the right of where we started. So I've moved it the thickness of the index mark. And I will take this to the range next time too, because it's stupid to have to bring it home to play with it and then go back to the range. It's much easier to sight it in at the range. Okay, and then you back it off. You back off the mounting shoe. I can show you what I did here. If we've got enough light, see the index mark there. Right here in the front of the sight. There's an index mark on the sight, and there's an index mark on the top of the slide. And by my eyeball, maybe a little much. Maybe a touch much, but we'll find out, won't we? The next shoot. To thank all of my friends who are following me, especially the Calguns people. Shoot me a PM on Calguns, or put a comment below if you want to see something in particular. I'm going to go through some of the nicer stuff that I have, some stuff my dad has. Hopefully do some weapons reviews so that keep this interesting. Anyway, any suggestions you have would be great. Hopefully the technical stuff is worked out. It looks bright enough. Anyway, that's my brief update. I'm going to try and do these once a week. We did the range time with the 22s filmed. I did a quick MGW sight adjust while you watched. Hope that wasn't too riveting. And I will be thinking about what to do next week. Appreciate everybody giving me a thumbs up. I appreciate the subscriptions. The guys at Calguns, very supportive. I'll start a thread on this. If you want to see anything in particular, I'll throw up some possible topics. Anyway, that's my update. I'm going to try to do this once a week. I appreciate it. Sorry about the rerun with the 22s and the MGW, but as you can see, neither one of them was a complete review without this. I will switch over to another topic next week. I'll start a thread on Calguns. Anybody wants to weigh in on what you'd like me to do, I'll throw up some options. And as always, I appreciate the thumbs up. I appreciate the views. I appreciate any subscriptions. This is fun. I got some good feedback this week, and I'd like to keep this up. So till next time, I will see you soon.